Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome to Success Jam. I'm so super excited. We're going to give everyone an opportunity to come on
Yes.
in, wherever you are in the world today. We want to welcome you to the FDD Festa della Donna Success Jam. And y'all know, if you've been with me for a while, that Festa della Donna is a celebration of women. And what's great about having the first day of the Success Jam, I'll wait till more people come on. As people come on, then I'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm so super excited to introduce you to my co-host, Alicia Houston, all the way from San Diego, California. Come on, Alicia. Come on. Talk to us. Say hello.
Hello,
Greet the
hello,
people.
hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So, I want to put a few disclosures out here. Right
Yeah.
now, Alicia is turning 50 this year, and so we're having a few little hot flashes. So, if you see Alicia whip out her fan of abundance, okay,
That's
her
right. I
fan,
love it. I love the
her
fan. Show the fan. Yes, the fan of abundance. That's the fan of success. Yes,
yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
So I am happy to be here, but I just want to tell you, you might see the fan of abundance and success just come out in front of you. And if you do, it's your reminder that everything you desire is already yours. It's already yours. So, as Dr. Esther said, I am in beautiful, sunny San Diego, California, and I am so excited to be a part of Esther's amazing brainchild of FDD. And I just cannot wait for what's in store today.
I'm so super excited. Let's greet some of the Facebook. So, guys, we're on StreamYard. And
Yes.
unless you give StreamYard permission to print your name, you just come up as a Facebook user, right? And
Yeah.
so you may want to type your name in, or maybe can see it on whichever channel you're on. Some of you are on YouTube, some are on Facebook, some are on LinkedIn, because we're on every social media channel that we can think about. Why? Because we want this to get out to the masses. So
Yes.
someone says, "Hey, ladies," someone says, "LOL," talking about the hot flashes, Alicia. They said, "Love it." And then Monica Wood said, "Fan of abundance. Let's go." Yes, love that fan. Hey,
Yes.
hey, Bert. Can I tell y'all secrets? And we're looking for some more of those fans, because when you come, can I tell them, Alicia?
Yes. Go on and share it. Go on and share
When
it.
you come to the success to our event that's going live, guess what you're going to be getting? Hey, Ashley, you're going to be getting that a fan of abundance that's always going to be there to remind you of how worthy you are to
Yes.
have and to
Yes.
live in abundance. So
Yes.
today,
Yes.
hey David,
Hey, David.
we
Hey.
we
So, oh,
go
go ahead,
ahead.
Dr. Esther. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, listen, y'all. So you guys know we're just free flowing because we're excited just to be here and to share with you. So go ahead, Alicia.
So before we begin, we would be remiss if we did not honor what today is, right?
Yes,
As you see,
yes.
Dr. Esther, she is actually at a Juneteenth celebration right now. I'm going to one when we get off because it's in San Diego, so it's only 10 a.m. here, so it's much earlier in the day. So we would be remiss if we didn't just honor, what our ancestors have that have come before us, have created space in what they have gone through, and how Juneteenth was when I believe Colonel Gordon really fully, said, listen, slavery is done here in Texas, because Texas was kind of like this safe space where, although the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed, people were still going there and slavery was still instituted. So today is a very beautiful day around freedom, around joy, around celebration, around abundance, prosperity, and all the things that are yours by your birthright.
That's right. I want to read you a quote. Hey, Vitra. Hey, hey.
Hey,
Um, so let me just read you a quote by Opal Lee. It says, "The fact is, none of us are free till we're all free." And I absolutely love that, because freedom looks in so many different ways. When they started the event today that I'm currently at, I just stepped away to come and do this. They began to sing a song. What was that song again? About thank God I'm free. Listen, there's
Oh,
nothing like being free. And what I love about this is that we're here in the Success Jam to celebrate not just Juneteenth and the freedom to be who we want to be, to become who we want to become, who we were created to be. freedom is everything that is involved.
Yeah.
Freedom to be successful,
Yeah.
freedom to love, freedom for happiness, freedom to achieve and to get exactly what it is that you want in life. And so that is what we are about. So while you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're on LinkedIn, wherever you are today, go ahead and heart it up for freedom today, realizing that
Yes.
wherever you are free. And
Yeah.
by the way, freedom, what I love what she says, the fact is none of us are free till we are all free.
All free.
And that is, I believe, it's gender inclusive, it's
Yes.
race inclusive, it's culture inclusive until we are all free. All
Yes.
of us have
Yes.
to be free. So super excited, super excited. Hey, Laura, super
Yes.
excited. Go ahead, Alicia.
I would love, and as we're talking about that level of freedom, so what I do is I work with organizations. I'm a transformational leadership mentor. I work with organizations. And what are organizations made up? They're made up of people. So sometimes we forget that, right? We forget that people have desires, they have dreams. And sometimes we even forget that for ourselves. We even push down dreams, desires, visions that we've had to create in our lives to move forward and to really move others forward. There's nothing like helping others create a level of economic safety in their own homes, right? There's nothing like coming together with other high-minded, I don't even want to say like-minded, high-minded, because you can be like-minded in your thoughts at a lower energy. So coming together in a space of high-minded individuals, high-minded women who really know that there is more than what they've even created today. Because truth be told, Dr. Esther, myself, many of you on that are joining us today, you have created so much success. You have created opportunities for others, but you're not slowing down. You're not slowing down.
Not at all.
Not at all, right?
Not at all.
So this space is really for those type of women. We're going to be having conversations at FDD in Atlanta in July.
Where are we going? Atlanta, y'all.
Atlanta. We're going to be having conversations. Hotlanta, that are around high-minded women. We're going to be talking about mindset. Because here's the thing. You will only go as far, right, Dr. Esther, as your mind believes. Your mind is so powerful. It creates the space for if you're going to stop, if you're going to go, if you're going to remain comfortable, if you say, I want more, and then you get after it, you gain and garner the tools to get there. And I just want to share something in this book. This book is called Connected. I didn't even mean to bring this up. I love all things neuroscience. I'm a woman in STEM. This book talks about mirror neurons. And mirror neurons are the neurons when we are in rooms and spaces with people, how we demonstrate and begin to act like those in that space. That's why you've always heard birds of a feather flock together. It is true. The science in this book breaks it down because we emulate those that we are closest to. Why not be in a space where we emulate others who have created a level of success and want more, where we have the opportunity to have high level conversations? Because I know myself, Esther, you too have been in rooms where you're talking about something and they're looking at you like you have four heads. And you're like, this is not the room for me. Right, Dr. Esther?
Oh, definitely. Was just speaking about that earlier, just really honestly, not too long ago. It's just really looking at the mindset that we have. And so many people, many times they look at you and they see you as successful. And many times they think, well, she's I don't know how she got there or she's there, but that's not me, or they judge you because of your success. Right. And that's because their mindset is not there. In other words, it's not that you're better than them or anything, but can I just add this? As you're talking about emulating, you want to be in the room where people who are highly successful, high-minded people. When I say high-minded, I don't mean that. I mean they're ready. Their minds have been elevated. There's a song y'all may know. We're talking about Juneteenth too, right? That they sang in the old church. Alicia, I don't know if you remember. It said, "Elevate your mind. Let's go higher." That's in the
Ooh, I don't know if I know that one. Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people don't know it. That was the song. And you think about, in other words, elevate your mind. And the song said, let's go higher. And so
Mm.
it's talking about raise the level of your thinking so
Yes.
you can go higher. If you're in a room where people are thinking that you're too much, or I had someone tell me, oh, you're for the rich people, or you for the high class people. And I thought to myself, where is your mindset and how
Right.
do you feel about your set? Let me be with the people who have the higher mindset. To when they see something, they know that they can achieve it. Let me be with the people that I can emulate, right? Because
Yes.
success isn't a cuss word.
Right.
It's not a bad word, right?
That's right.
Success, as a matter of fact, is a choice.
Yes.
It's a choice. So you can choose to be successful, and you choose to the level of your success. Where is it that you want to go? What is it that you want to do? I've seen so many people, they want to be successful, but listen, can we have some real talk, Alicia?
Yes, ma'am.
They don't want to invest in themselves. They want to do, I hate to say it like this, they want the cheap way out. I'm not saying that you don't budget and look at, don't,
Right.
we teach financial, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fiscal responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility. But some people, they're going to look for cheap. They're looking for this. They're not looking for quality. They're
Right.
looking at quantity. Does
Yes.
that make sense? And
Yes.
so what you have to do is begin to elevate your mind to
Yes.
see that you don't always, I don't think they have this store anymore. You don't always have to go to Payless.
Right. Right. You don't. And
You don't.
elevate your mind to a degree that you understand that you're worth it. Like you are
You're
the
worth
best
it.
bet. You are
Yes,
your best bet.
yes,
And
yes,
and I want to
yes,
talk about mindset a little bit because we talk about the mind, right? So the brain is physical, it's
yes,
tangible, right?
yes.
So like we talk about the neurons in the brain, the synapses, all of those things that keep your neural networks that keep you moving forward, or keep you stuck. But the mind, I really want you to hear me with this. The mind is spiritual. Where's
Yes,
the mind? The mind is all of it's out here.
that's
This
right.
is the mind. This is your mind of success because the brain thinks, but the mind actually moves. There's a mindset matrix of success, and success leaves clues. And
Success leaves
it is
clues
not some
every time.
every time. So when you have been successful at something, whether you've closed a contract, you have, you know, gotten that acceptance into college, to med school, to law
Yeah.
school, all of that, that is a clue, right? Success leaves clues, and that is as a result. See, success is as a result of the work that you put in.
Come on,
Success
come on.
does
That's
not
it.
just happen.
It
It
doesn't just
doesn't
fall.
happen. It doesn't just
Yeah.
fall. Every now and then you may have a windfall, but to continue along the path, you've got to be in the right spaces and places. You've got to be having the right conversations. I can speak, I know in my business, when I go to different events, I have to continue the conversation. People aren't just going to say, oh, let me just throw money at you, Alicia. Let me just bring you in. Let me just
Yeah.
bring your team
That's
in.
right.
There's
That's
a
right.
conversation. You have to be active. You have to be an active participant, an active player in your success. And so sometimes our mindset will keep us stuck.
Yeah.
And really, quite honestly, I'm so grateful that Dr. Esther has this event really for women, because what I have found is women, we have such a level of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
We have a level of
Mhm.
I'm not qualified. And research, I'm sure all of you have heard this. You've heard the research about many times we're actually more qualified than our male counterparts. And we know that we need to create parity in pay. We need each other to be able to do that. We need to be able to have high conversations and strategies with other women that can create and open doors so we can lift as we lead. We
I
have
love
a
that.
responsibility.
Yeah, lift as we lead.
Yes.
Let me just read some of the comments. Why Vitra said right. Shanika B says yes. Laura Cruz says you don't put the work and you don't put in the work and you won't get the results. Put
Yes.
in the work. Bert
Yes.
says success is an active sport. It's not passive.
It's not.
Exactly. Success
Yes.
is an active sport. It is not passive. And
Right.
that is why you have to make the choice to be successful. And
You
then
do.
the level of your success is based on the choices that you have made.
Come on now. And
Right?
let's bring it even home.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, who we see successful people. We see Oprah, We
Mhm.
see Barack Obama.
Yeah.
We see, listen, Bill Clinton, whatever, however you want to, he's still a very successful man.
Very successful.
Hillary. We see all these what we deem successful people, right?
Yeah.
And what they do is they're very aware of where they spend their time. They're very aware of the rooms that they're in. They manage their mindset because they understand if they start to move into rooms that are very negative. So do you know Oprah does not even read the comments? That's one of her, she said, I don't read the comments because I understand what this world consists of.
Yeah.
We have a lot of negativity. So you have to be very meticulous and methodical with the rooms and relationships you choose to move in.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say something right here because we're just keeping it real now. That even includes your family.
Amen. Come on.
It
So
includes your
true.
family.
So
It
true.
doesn't
So
mean you
true.
have to outcast your family, but sometimes we need to take a family member or two or five and
Yeah.
just move them into a different space, move them into a different relationship, right? And
Yeah.
so it does, because sometimes oh, I got to get my cutoff game. You don't have to get your cutoff game. You don't have to do all that.
Moving
But
into another room.
just moving to another room, right? And it's
Exactly.
okay. And you don't have to broadcast, Dr. Esther, this, cousin, this just isn't working. I'm just going to have to cut you off. See, we tend to do that.
Yeah.
What we need to do is we need to move in silence. Success moves in silence. Richard Branson, he moves in silence, and then boom, you hear what's happening,
Yeah.
right?
That's
And
right.
so we have to learn to adopt that. We have to learn that we don't need anybody else's approval.
Yeah.
When we know the vision that has been cast down, what our mantle is, and it may look different. And here's the thing, it should look different.
Yeah. It
It
should.
should look
Yeah.
different.
It
It
should.
should make you uncomfortable. You should be like, I don't know if I can do this, because if you can do it in your own might, in your own will, then it's not big enough, right? So
Come on, y'all.
come on. So these conversations need to be had in rooms where it can be held, right? You've gone into rooms and there's been leaks. You say something to someone and they looking like, you all right? You all right? And so this room is a room that high level conversations can be held. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, and then Esther, you're going to tell them a little bit about you too. So as I said, I have a background in STEM. I was a co-founder of a biopharma company, multiple millions of dollars, and I had the opportunity to sell that. See, women, we need to be talking about acquisitions and mergers. What does that look like, right? Let's start having conversations there. Let's go higher than where we are now. And so how can I help other women become, maybe they want to acquire another organization, another company. Let me help them from some of the mistakes that I made, that I became aware of. And then I stayed on as executive VP. So I was now leader of many more people, understanding how things work, move, what culture looks like, right? And that's what we have to be clear. We have to understand that everything that you have been a part of your journey, I've been an executive director for a nonprofit that has lent itself to give me more insight in that realm for those clients. So everything you do is, even the challenging parts, right? Even those parts where you fell flat on your face, every one of those matter, because that's your uniqueness. That's what you bring to the table. And can I just say something here too? It wasn't about you. It's
That's right.
never about you.
That's right.
It's about those you're here to serve.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Dr. Esther, I need them to know, because you don't talk about your greatness enough. I'm gonna need to pull you out, sis. Let's let them know what you got, girl. Come on, come on.
Listen, she's always pulling me out. So what
Yes.
have I done? I feel like I sometimes I say, Alicia, that I've done so much that's like, and because some of it just comes so naturally for me that I don't think of it as, let's say, great accomplishments. Am I
Right.
the only one like that? I know
Nope.
there's several of you. By
I'm
the
the
way,
same
I just
way.
want to add, if you're loving this conversation, go ahead and heart us up on Facebook and or wherever you are, heart it up and let us know that you're loving this conversation. So I have a background in education. And I've been really, after I graduated from university, that's just my focus has been in education, and it's been in educational leadership,
Yes.
especially with women in leadership.
Yes.
I worked as was the CEO of a nonprofit, Early Head Start programs, where I had a staff of over 200 I've managed a budget, federal funds, y'all, federal funds for several $1 million. I was overseeing that budget. I've not only worked for the federal government, for the state government, I've sat on the governor's task force for early childhood education. I've been a consultant, I've been a coach for years, and I've implemented, designed lab schools for early childhood at university. I've also been a professor. And so there's several things. I'm also, with my husband, a pastor, have always been a mentor, a motivator, especially to all people, but especially for women. I'm a transformational coach,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I've spoken all over the world,
Yes.
as a speaker as well. So there's a lot of things that I've done. And listen, my husband and I, we have several businesses. And
Right.
so we right now, I've got my early childhood centers, looking at opening a third center, looking at just expanding. Why? Because I have a vision. I have a vision just like everybody else. I have a vision for what I'm doing. I have a vision for my success. And I realize that I get to choose how successful I am.
Woo! Come on.
And I'm a believer that if I'm a blessing, so I could also be a blessing to others. I don't hold back what I have learned, but I believe in investing in me, in getting what I want.
Yes.
And once I set my mind to it, I work the plan. I plan the plan and I work the plan. And for me, listen, this isn't about, I'm not here to talk to you about who you believe, that's not even a conversation. But for me, once I do that, Alicia, then I add God to it and boom,
Right.
it just begins to take off for me. But the one thing I realize is that I'm created for more.
Yes.
I realize that my success is a choice. And I made a choice. What you said about earlier, I made a choice to move some things around. In other words, I moved people out of my life, not negatively. And I don't want to say move them out of my life in a negative sense. I've just made a choice of who I'm going to hang around, who speak into my life.
Yes.
And I'm looking at, as you said, emulating those successful people, right?
Yes.
I place myself in environments of high level thinkers.
Right. Right.
Right. Or people who may be saying, I'm not at that level yet, but I want to get there. Fine. Then come on in.
Yes.
As long as you're ready to make the mindset shift, as long as you're ready to say, I want to be successful for however you have defined success for yourself, making sure that you're not holding yourself back. You mentioned Bill Clinton. And what I love about Bill Clinton, because he is quite successful,
he is.
He didn't allow the mistakes of his past hostage to the success of his future. Are y'all hearing me?
Y'all hear it? Okay. How many of you right now still are allowing some of the past to hinder your success moving forward? I'll put one hand up, two hand up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I don't allow people to define success for me. I define it for myself. And so, guys, I put myself in the environment to where I can be successful. And if you're ready to be successful as well, because success leaves clues.
Yes, it does.
Then I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Alicia, we're ready because I believe that we have everything that we have. We've been placed in the positions that we have been placed with, so we can share it with others.
Yes.
Right? But can I tell you something? Success leaves clues, and you have to be willing to invest in you, not just financially, right? Because I believe that's the easiest thing for you to do.
Because you can drop money and then let it go.
I've done it. I've dropped money and just let it go.
Me too.
Why? Have you? Because my mind wasn't ready. Come on now. My mind wasn't ready. So I dropped the money, but my mind wasn't ready for the success. My mind wasn't ready to go higher. My mind wasn't ready to go deeper. My mind wasn't ready.
Yes.
And so at some point I lived in fear. I'm afraid of the success. I'm afraid of failure. Don't need to be afraid of failure, because you either win or you learn.
That's it.
You win or you learn. So here it is. I made sure that I'm, looking at everything. So the investment is the easiest part for many of you, for most of you, I will say for all of you.
Yeah.
Because I have found out with the human being, and Alicia's talking about the brain, when you make up your mind to do something, you're going to do, and you're going to find the money to do it.
Yes.
but you're
Yes.
going to, so the biggest part of your decision, right, is getting your mind ready,
Mind.
your mind to say, I am worthy. I am ready for
Yes.
success. I may be doing it with fear. I may be doing all this, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump in and I'm going to
Yes.
do it. So it's getting
Mm.
your money ready. That's the least. Getting your mindset, getting your
Yes.
mind ready and saying, no matter what Joey, Sally, Susie, baby, boo, whomever say, it's my time for me to define my success.
Right. Woo, that was a whole
A
word right there.
mouthful, right?
I love it. I just want to ground into some of the things you said. So all of that, yes. And you are right, because really, as you get your mind right, then you can dedicate the time that
Yes.
it's going to take, right? Because if you just drop money and you go, oh, let me buy this program, let me get this course, I'm
Oh,
guilty,
yeah.
right? Let me go to this master
I'm
class.
guilty. How many of y'all are guilty? Come on, I'm
Yes.
guilty. Nothing.
Yeah, and you go, and then you're like, that was great, but then there is no fruit because you put in no labor after that. So that's the part about the mindset. It's the mindset of I'm ready to put in the labor. Some things will be laborious, some things will be
Oh, yeah.
challenging, they
Yes.
will be tedious, but that's when you have to understand your mind has shifted that, oh, but I'm worth every moment of this,
Every moment.
every bit of challenge, of success, everything. I am worth it. And you also said, Dr. Esther, you know, I want to just bring, as we are all on this journey of called life, right? As we are
Yes.
still breathing, there is still much more to do.
Oh, yes.
And how all our paths have been different, but how our past brought us together because of who we are, when we made decisions in our mind,
Yeah.
and why we're here together today. So it is beautiful because Dr. Esther and I met in 2018 in one of those high level rooms where
Yes.
the investment was a 5-figure investment. It
Yes.
was not a small investment, and it has continued to pay dividends, right, for us
Yes.
in
Oh,
how we're
definitely.
moving forward, in how we're showing up and walking out the mantles that have been given to us. And so, and how Dr. Esther and I have cultivated a relationship. See, because here's the thing, relationships don't just happen, ladies and gentlemen. You
No.
have to be willing, you have to be committed to creating a level of conversation. And it doesn't mean you have to talk every day, but you have to be committed to building. And sometimes we're not committed to that building phase. We just
Yes.
want it to happen right now. But
Yes.
here's the thing, when you're in the right room, the right people, the right conversations, the right mindsets, and you have the right motives,
Yes.
it's going to come
Love it.
together. It's
Say
going
that
to be
again. Say that again. The right people,
oh Lord,
the
that was
right
just right.
mindset. You said the
Uh-huh.
right people, the right mindset, and you have the right motive. There is one other one.
There was
Yo,
one that was
type
four.
in the
If
chat.
anyone remember, I'm
Type it
glad
in the
this is
chat.
me.
The
We can go
right
back.
people, the right people, the right motive, the right mindset. There was
Yeah.
a fourth one, but let me also add another one. Maybe I'll add a fifth. You also have to be in the right place,
Yes.
right? We were in the right place.
Yes, we
Woo!
were.
We were
Yes,
in
we
the
were.
right place in 2018,
Yes. Yes, we
right?
were.
I
We
just
were.
got I just got chills thinking about that. You
Yes.
got to be in the right place with the
Yes.
right people at the
Yes.
right time with
Yes.
the right motive and the right mindset.
Yes. Yes.
All of that.
And let's
All
be
of that.
transparent too. Let's
Yeah,
be
yeah,
transparent, because in 2018, you and I were going through
yeah,
uh shifts in our own personal lives,
yeah,
right? Just in
yeah,
our own homes, what we were dealing with, and
yeah, yeah.
whether
We
it
were.
be in employment, or
Yeah,
there was a lot going on. So I say that to say you are always in your humanness
yeah,
when
yeah,
you are making connections, when you're in your room.
yeah.
But here's the beautiful part of that too. We want to be in the humanness in the spaces that make room for us, right? That don't allow us to stay in a space of victimhood,
Yeah.
right?
And
They call us
stagnation.
higher, they
Mhm.
call us out. But it's still, you have that very safe space to land should you require it. You
Yes,
have that ear to hear, that ear that can hear what you're saying and what you're not saying, and maybe
yes,
even where you're hiding. Because
yes,
I found in myself, in that room that Dr. and Esther and I were in, there was a
yes,
room. This is a room we kind of outed ourselves in certain
yeah,
things. So there
Yes.
were some things that I outed myself in because I have the ability to make my hiding very sexy, right? We make it
Very
so,
sexy and
oh, it's so
juicy
sexy.
looking, right? Oh,
I can't do that right now because I have a little child.
yes,
No,
yes.
no, no. I can't do that right now because I need to be over here more often. We make our excuses sound so yummy and so juicy that we really
Mhm.
believe them. And then we tell someone else and they're like, okay, what about that? What
Yeah,
about that? And then you're like, I don't even like you anymore because now you're calling me out.
yeah, yeah. But that's what happened. Yeah, that's
Yes,
exactly it. Yeah,
right? But we
yeah.
need that.
We
Hmm.
need it. And I think when we were in that room, that environment, is that it really it didn't allow us to remain mediocre,
No.
stagnant, to stay there, but it pulled us out. See, sometimes you just got to be pulled in a safe space, be pulled. That
Yeah.
it really, I tell you, Alicia and I had a conversation, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, Alicia, when we went back to that 2018.
Yes.
And we both remembered
Yeah.
like where we were, what we
Yes.
even looked like. And can I tell you, we didn't look bad. Can I say that? No, we didn't, I don't want to get no, we didn't look bad. We looked good, right?
Yes.
But we
But
weren't where we are now. See, it takes time,
yes.
success. So
Yes.
our mindset, we were,
Yes.
I was successful, you were successful
Yes.
then as well. But our mindset had to shift and
Yes.
grow and change. You
Yes.
see, success takes time, but it also takes work and it
Yes.
takes you being in the right space. And from that point to this, we both have seen our businesses grow. We have been
Yes.
shifting and moving, and our mindset keeps elevating. We
Yes.
keep going higher in the
Yes.
mindset shift as we're learning
Yes.
and we're growing. And so this is why we're doing now what we're doing, and we're doing it together, is
Yes.
to help others. That's why the FDD event in Georgia, right? It is in Atlanta, Georgia, right there in Midtown, Georgia, July 20th and 20, I'm sorry, July 21st and 22nd. Unless you want the premiere experience, that's on the 20th. You have got to make a decision.
Yes.
Listen, I need to be there, because
Right.
not only do I need a mindset shift, I just need a safe space where I can grow, a
Yes.
safe space where I can talk about some things, a safe space where they're going to see me. I
Yes.
need to be in a safe space, not just for networking, but to be with high level, high thinkers.
Yes. Yes.
Someone that's going to call me to my greatness,
That's
not
right.
allow me to just be here or all over the place to where I'm doing 150 zillion things.
Come on.
Come on, come on. Some of you know that's who you're doing 150 zillion things.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can't point to one anything that's like say, oh yes, this is, come on. So
Hmm.
hone it in to what is it that we're doing. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what Alicia is saying. We both have several things that we're doing, and we're always at work, right?
Yes.
But I love it. Melissa says the deep calling the deep.
Come
That's
on now.
exactly
Yes.
it. This is the deep calling the deep. This is where iron sharpens iron.
Woo.
All of that. That's why no matter what it takes, you need to
Mhm.
get there. You
Yes.
need to get there
Yes.
in July in Hotlanta. Yes, it's going to be hot, but we're going to be cool on the inside. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So, Alicia, talk just a little bit
Yeah.
more when you started about where we were and where we've come. Because Alicia, now 2018, we've met each other. And what's funny about that is that in different arenas, we've met and seen each other.
Yes. Yes. And so, as Esther is talking about, Festa della Donna, and I just want to put this point in. It is geared towards women because women, we have the most challenging time stepping into our leadership. I work with women as an executive coach. There are so many things that we endure, from microaggressions to ghosts to gaslighting, to all of those things as women. And so we want to be equipped with those tools, right? Because here's the truth. It's going to happen whether you say yes to moving forward or you say, just, I'm going to stay where I am.
Yeah.
Those things will still happen. So let's come into a room, and you hear, we're not saying like-minded women, we're saying high-minded women,
Yes.
right? Not like-minded, high-minded. Because as Esther said, iron sharpens iron, and we scuba dive. We do not snorkel. We go
No, we
deep.
do
As
not.
Melissa said, deep calling the deep. We scuba dive. So if you want to scuba dive, this is the room for you. So when Dr. Esther and I met initially, I was going through things, and you remember I said I had sold my business, so I was still just dealing with some of those things with that. Dr. Esther was dealing with some of the things in her educational role. So we were there. We got great nuggets, but it was really interesting because we were both magnetized to each other. We didn't know what for, but we would then see each other at other conferences because we both eventually shared the same coach, and so we would see each other at things and like, hey girl, and it just cultivated, right? But here's the thing, we always came from a space of partnership.
Yeah.
Even with whatever we're doing, there was never competition. So I just want to level set this. If you're moving into a space where you want to be in partnership with people, move slowly, because I think we've all moved into partnerships or collaborations quickly before, and they have taken a nosedive. I know I have. I know I have.
Yeah.
So if you know this is a time in your life where you want to have a bigger impact, right? What's the saying? If you want to do it slow, do it alone. If you want to do it faster, do it with someone. It's something like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it with someone or persons, then make sure that you are equally yoked, right? Like equally yoked in mind, equally yoked in commitment, and it doesn't mean you think the same, because you need to all think differently, right? But make sure you are equally yoked in your partnerships, right? Like people are just as committed. Someone's gonna pick up the baton if you drop it. They're not gonna judge you. There's gonna be, if something comes up for you, they're gonna be like, I got you, whatever. So you wanna be equally yoked. That's right, Rosalind. There is power in the right partnerships. It is so true. And
equally yoked in integrity, equally yoked, in trusting, all of that, in transparency.
Yes. And that's what we have built, Dr. Esther and I, and I'm so grateful for that. And we have built that you'll see with the other speakers that are coming on, that they'll be joining us tomorrow and the next day, because what the soiree really is about, it's about making history. Right. It's time to make history. It's time to put dents in the pay disparity that women are experiencing. It's time to create economic sustainability for our communities. It's time to use our voices to call people out and to call people in. And so we need to be in rooms where we can build partnerships. We're building community, where I can say, hey, Rosalind, who do you know? And you say, what do you need, Alicia? And I tell you what I need. You're like, let me connect you with Susan over here. Let me connect you with Lisa over here. I tell you, I need this, V. And she goes, I got you. Or V tells me, Alicia, I'm looking for this. Let me connect you. That's what this room is about. This room is about high thinkers, so that when I connect you with someone, there's no red tape. Hey, I can trust Alicia because I know how she moves. So that's what this room is about.
That's exactly what it's about.
Yes, creating opportunity.
Yes,
and you know what we don't do that I found as women? We have forgotten how to have fun.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We are going to have fun. We have a sneaker bling ball. So you're going to wear your cocktail dress and your bling sneakers, baby. And so those are for the
cute
people.
And comfortable.
And cute and comfy and photo ready, because there will be a photographer on site. You already know. Right. And we're going to have a DJ. And so this is really about just having fun, because what I'll tell you about the brain, when you allow yourself to just to relax, your brain can just relax. And then what happens is your right brain can now go deeper and tap into levels of creativity, because you're not trying to control it. So we are going to have fun. A lot of us do not have enough fun. And so that is for those of you who say yes to the premier experience. Yes. And can we drop the link in here so you ladies can really see what the FDD ball soiree? And so this is really a women's leadership soiree. That's what I'm calling it, a women's leadership soiree. It's not a women's leadership conference. It is a soiree. It is where we are going to come together, where we're going to have conversations, where we're going to be able to toast to one another. We are going to have vendors on site. Esther will talk to that in a moment. And we are going to have great speakers that are going to be about us making history. Listen, we got Juneteenth as a couple of years ago as a holiday. That's making history. We want to be on the forefront of things like that. It's time for us to create history making opportunities, history making impact. So we need to be utilizing our voices in communities, on stages, and in all kinds of places that we get to change the trajectory. We are transforming lives. We are transforming homes. We are transforming legacy builders here. Legacy. So that's what FDD, the FDD Women's Leadership Soiree is all about.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah. What I love is that as Alicia and I have come together. So for many of you, you know, the FDD has been around since 2012 when I first started doing the live events. And Alicia, I think you and I spoke, it had got up to about 500 ladies.
Yes.
It's always been about empowering ladies. But one of the things I've learned is that, well, people kept asking me for more. And of course, since the pandemic, it shifted a little, just following the guidance. And then here Alicia comes, who was also doing her live events. And so now we're just bringing it together to just, you know, bringing it together. Again, speaking to that perfect partnership.
Yes.
Right. To serve the masses this year in FDD Atlanta, you know, because I'm in Atlanta because God said, do it in Georgia. And so that's why we're there. Not that we're not going to go other places, but we don't know where.
Yes.
So this is why you have to come now. And so it's a very small environment. Why? Because we want to be able to touch everyone. When you come to the Premier Experience, you are going to be touched by us. Even our special guests will be there at the Premier Experience. When you're at the Bling Ball, once again, these are people who are saying, I want to be a part of the Premier Experience. And so then you will be at the Bling Ball. We are, as Alicia says, allowing vendors to come in. But guess what, y'all? We only have room for 4 vendors.
4 left. No, 4 left.
No, I'm sorry, 4 left. You're right. Only 4 left. So you want to make sure that if you're interested in being a vendor, that you click on the link for being a vendor. We'll post that as well. And what does a vendor do? Not only will you meet, again, high level, high thinking women, but you're going to get your brand out there. You're going to get your product out there. And trust me, the ladies that will be in the room will not only take it for themselves, but they will share it with others because we are building a community. Alicia has her community, Ethos. I've got my community, Life by Design. We're bringing them together. Why? Because they're all high level thinkers and we're bringing them together. Why? So we can all make legacy, create legacy, make history together. Now I know someone is saying, like Bert, maybe my husband even, or David, well, where are the men in this? Don't worry. We got you guys as well, just not at this event.
Yes. And that's the beauty of partnership, right? As you're saying, Esther, even as partners, we get to bring just value and opportunities for 2 environments to really meet up that may not have met before, right?
Exactly.
So these women that we each have been that have been instilled and God has said these are for you. Like we get to bring them together, and there get to be new opportunities, new meetups. So I mean, those of you that are therapists, because I'm seeing therapists on here. Melissa's a therapist. Bert's wife's a therapist. Melissa Brown is a therapist. Like, how beautiful to come into that space that you all can have a different conversation, right? And nurses, we got some nurses on here. How beautiful that you can come and you can say, this is how we're being led, and that you don't know what partnerships could come out of this with just some dialogues, right? So it is beautiful to come into these spaces because leadership is not created in a silo. You cannot do it alone. You must be in relationship with others. There must be conversations. Go ahead, Dr. Esther.
I love what Bert said. I'm here to support. Exactly, because we need his support. We need the support of the men. So we will have, listen, we are going to have a couple of men there, but they're there to support us.
Yes.
They're there to make sure that we have everything that we need. They're there to provide security and everything else.
Yes.
Right? Because we create an environment. We create a safe space. And when we say a safe space, we mean a safe space in all areas. All areas.
Yes. Yes. So you do see Ashley put the email there. If you have any deeper questions, you want to ask something, you can absolutely email FDD Women. We will answer you. We will respond to you. So if you have any questions, anything of that nature, and then we will be on same channel, same time tomorrow and Wednesday with our special guest. So tomorrow is Deborah Bradley. And
Yes.
then on Wednesday is Duquesa D. Dean. All her D. She's triple D.
She's coming all the way from the Bahamas for
all
us.
the way from the Bahamas.
Yes.
She's flying in.
Powerful.
So it's going. Some of her people are coming. So we're gonna have a whole conversation going on in this room. People from all over. So definitely grab your ticket. Like as Dr. Esther said, I would recommend. Listen, I'm all about premier experiences. You see, I got my earrings that say Queen. Listen, we are operating in that Queen energy. So
right.
I'm all about premier experiences at this stage of my life. Just how I've been blessed, how I desire to move, what I am asking God to do for me. I know I have to show up because, see, here's the thing. God's provision is always there, but I have to move in my own level of inner prosperity. I have to believe it.
Yes.
And so the prosperity that I walk in brings the provision that God has promised me. And as Dr. Esther said, it's not about belief systems for anybody, but I just speak on mine just as you have the opportunity to walk boldly in yours. Yes. So vendors are welcome. Like we said, we have 4 spots left. We've got the link here if you want to apply. It is an application based because what we do understand as business women, right? We don't want to have 3 of the same type of vendors because we want to create an experience for a win experience for you as well, right? So we are operating with a plan. See, if you don't have a plan, you have mess. And so
we want vendors that are serious about their brands. We just don't want anybody. We want vendors that are serious about what they're doing because we're creating. We want you guys to be introduced to other vendors that are saying, yes, this is my business. This is what I'm working. This is what I'm doing.
Yes. And you never know what partnerships, because I've come into partnerships with vendors that they have provided me with products for my women's retreat. So you just never know what's going to happen. So Esther, I'm going to turn it back over to you, my lovely lady.
So as we close today, make sure that you join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 Central and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you're on it. Listen, don't keep this good stuff to yourself. Invite someone to join us. It doesn't matter, male, female, because a male could be on but's got a spouse. So invite someone. And listen, let me just give a shout out and congratulations to Melissa H. Alexander, who is getting married this coming weekend. Woohoo!
So oh my goodness,
this weekend. So super excited for her. Yes. So congratulations to her. Thank you, everybody in the Ethos community, in the Life by Design community, for joining us, and for any other community that you're in, for just coming and just joining Alicia and I. Can't wait to see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Deborah Bradley will be joining us, and you talk about powerful, juicy conversation.
Yes.
Let's talk, y'all. Let's talk. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.